Psalm 2. Who is really in control? Psalm 2 opens with a question. Why do the nations rage? Why do people make plans against God as if they can somehow overthrow Him? Kings and rulers come together and say, in effect, we don't want God telling us what to do. We want to break free and live by our own rules. But then Psalm 2 gives us this incredible picture. God is not nervous. He is not threatened. He is not pacing heaven wondering what He is going to do. Scripture says, the one who sits in heaven laughs. Not because rebellion is funny, but because the idea that humanity could somehow overpower God is completely impossible. God is still on the throne. And then He points to His chosen king. This psalm begins to look beyond an earthly king and toward the Messiah, Jesus Christ. God says, "You are my son," and He promises that the nations will ultimately belong to Him. That is a powerful reminder for us today. We can look around the world and see chaos. We can see people rejecting God. We can see leaders making decisions that seem completely opposed to Him. And sometimes it can feel like evil is winning. Psalm 2 reminds us that it isn't. God already knows how the story ends. Jesus is king, and no government, ruler, army, culture, or movement will ever change that. But Psalm 2 also contains a warning. God tells the rulers of the earth to be wise. Serve the Lord with reverence. Honor the Son. Because rejecting God has consequences. And then the psalm ends with one of its most beautiful promises. Blessed are all who take refuge in Him. That means when the world feels unstable, we don't have to put our ultimate hope in politics, power, money, or people. We can take refuge in God. Psalm 2 is really asking us a question. Who are you trusting to be in control? Because the world may look chaotic from where we're standing, but heaven is not in chaos. God is still on the throne. Jesus is still king. And blessed are those who put their trust in Him.